is creating the desolation. The desolation, the ruin of the whole world, the lie, the devastation that's creating soon to come a barren land. And it's precipitated by the lie. The same lie that was told to the two creatures in the garden. When the adversary came upon them and said, "Is it not so that you may eat of all of the fruit in the garden?" That was the truth. But the female creature said, "But we were told not to eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the center of the garden. If we do, surely we will die." That's the truth. But here comes the alt reality of that time. The adversary said, "Oh, surely you will not die if you eat of the fruit. But if you eat of the fruit, you will get what it is that you desire. You'll be like us." In other words, you'll be like God. That's the lie that put the whole creation in turmoil. Oh, it didn't catch the Creator off guard. I've surmised that it's all a part of the master plan. Good and evil. It's like a magnet, positive and negative, each one trying to attract. So it goes round and round and round. High school, you remember this when you did the experiment with the magnet. It would go round and round. And such is God's creation. We're going round and round. The earth rotates in front of the sun every 24 man-made hours. Round and round. So good and evil, I believe, was all a part of God's master plan. And it all started with a lie. And when the lie came into the Jewish people and began to destroy those things that they held valuable to their heart, which was so contradictory to their worship of the true and living God, the temple became preeminent. Today, it's the land that's preeminent. In all of the other countries, including this republic, it's the land, it's money, it's power, it's greed, it's perversion that is preeminent. No longer are we one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No longer. Why? Because of the lie. And the liar, the servant, or may even be the son of Satan, and all of the followers are perpetrating a lie all over the world. Autocratic leaders, they lead by lying and deception and malice. It's the lie, saints. It's the lie that we're told, don't believe what you see, but believe what I tell you that it is. And we have folks that are believing it, even to the point of rebranding themselves from being believers of the Most High, followers of the way of Christ, to carry the name Christian. They now say, I'm evangelical, not understanding what the word even means. Are you worshiping angels? Are you trying to be someone who can really keep the law? 600 and some laws. Or even the 12 wedding vows. Why are you lying to yourself? You can't do it. But you follow. You follow the leader of this band of liars. And now the country is on the brink of desolation. How many of you believe for a moment, saints, that this nation, this republic, this world can survive a nuclear war? It cannot be confined to one particular geographical area or the other. Everyone will be affected by the radiation from a nuclear war. There aren't any such thing as limited strategical strikes. Nuclear is nuclear. And nuclear encompasses large areas for long periods of time. Just one isotope of enriched uranium has a half-life of over 1,000 some years. So, how long do you think it would be before the ground would be even well enough to plant crops again? Will you live 1,000 years from the radiation? People in Japan and soldiers who were exposed to it have died from radiation poisoning. Some lands, some islands that the testing took place on still cannot be used. I hope I'm frightening you. I really, really do. Because this lie is so dangerous that only a few will be able to discern the truth from the Most High by way of His Spirit. The Counselor, one like no other, that will reveal the truth to us above and beyond the lie. That serpent, that reptilian man, bit those two human creatures that day and injected his sperm, his venom, into them. And they were poisoned from that day on. That venom began to go through their veins. That same venom, that lie, is now going through the veins of all mankind, because we were all born from the same earth. The same earth that literally were cursed that day. We are all from the earth. And so we too have the effect of that venom by way of that sperm of Satan that went into the female and the male creatures that were in the garden, that pulled them out from underneath the umbrella, the protection of the Almighty. And now they had to struggle for themselves. Women suffering from childbirth. Men having to sweat, or work, if you will, to the sweat of their brow. And the serpent, the reptilian man, had to crawl on his belly for the rest of his days. Oh yes, it was a reptilian man that got in just like we have now. Reptilian men and women, deceitful, crazed, perverted, disgusting men and women that are now leading the band. Leading the band that's playing the tune of the lie. And that tune is found in that hymn that is written by the sperm of Satan. So if I were to give a title at the beginning of this little dissertation, it would be the sperm of Satan, the lie. Or the lie, the sperm of Satan. And that's what it is, folks. It's the lie. But now, as it is in all cases, folks can always tell you what's wrong with something, but what is the right in something? If we have all been bitten by the serpent, Satan, Lucifer, kicked out of heaven to the earth, becomes Satan, the adversary. If we've all been bitten, how can we be saved? There is a protocol that we find that the preacher man, Solomon, prescribed for all of us. He stood before the Most High after having dedicated a temple to the Most High, and said, if my people who are called by your name will humble themselves, cease their evil ways, pray, stop sinning. I'm paraphrasing, folks. Stop sinning. Stop stealing. Stop murdering. Stop lying with a statue out there in the East River that says, come to me, all of you who are seeking a better life. Come to me. Even by way of my southern borders, come to me. Instead of saying, go back where you came from. That statute means nothing anymore. We are no longer one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll shoot you down like a mad dog, folks, if you don't look like me. That's a lie. But if you will humble yourself, cease from the lying, from the stealing, from the cheating, from the molesting little children, raping women and men. If you stop that stuff that they did in Sodom and Gomorrah, if you stop it, will you hear us from heaven? And will you, Father, heal us and heal our land? I heard in the book of books, the words came off of the pages. It says, I hear you, children of earth. And if you indeed humble yourself, if you will pray to me, cease your evil ways, stop sinning, stop lying, stop killing, stop stealing, stop taking advantage of the widows, stop treating children like they were caged dogs or something, and welcome the people to your land, and you have plenty to share. I put you over here. You didn't do this. I did this, the Most High says. I gave the land up to you, and you took advantage of it in killing the people that were there. You snatched people from other continents, made them come over and make you rich, and now you're following the lie. But if you'll stop, the Most High says, I will forgive your sins. I will heal you and your land if you humble yourself and cease from your evil ways. That's not too much to ask, is it, saints? Because the 2 commandments that were given to us, now watch this, not the 600 that you find in Deuteronomy, not the 10 that you see where Moses brought the tablets down from the mountain, but 2 that you can keep. Here's the antidote. Love the Lord thy God with all thy might, all thy heart, all thy soul, all thy spirit, all thy words, all thy action, and have no other God before us. We can be healed of cancer, all of the other old diseases that are coming back, measles and so forth.